Hello everyone, this is Bunny Says, and we're here for a new game of Cinderella Phenomenon. Well, not a new game, but another ongoing saga episode of Rumple. I hope you're having a nice day, or evening, or morning. For me, it's a warm, muggy summer's day. Although it was a pretty nice day out today, I went down and got some fresh fruit from a small farmer's market. Some vegetables, made a salad. It was really nice. And I'm sitting here now and have myself a nice little drink, and we're ready to go. So let's continue on. Hope wherever you are, you're warm and safe. That's right. I remember we were playing and we got sick. Now, Lucette, I remember. Let's recap for a second. Lucette got sick. And Rumple carried her up to her room. I remember that. And they asked us if we wanted to place our head against his chest or just ignore him. No, try to fight back with them, which I thought was really odd. But and he brought us up here, and why did we get sick? We found out our mother was the witch, the Tenenbaum bearer, the previous Tenenbaum bearer. And we found out that we would conceivably be the new bearer when we hit our 18th birthday. Now, Parfait and Dolores told us that. And I was questioning whether or not, what kind of effect the crystal has on other people. So, I mean, on the bearer, the person who's bearing it, if things are out of sync, you know. In this case, there were during the Great War and the witch hunt. So I was wondering how much how evil was Lucette's mother. Let's just flat out call it evil. I mean, she sounded pretty evil. But I was wondering how much of it was her and how much of it was the effect from the crystal, and how much of it could have been a rebound effect. That it could have been getting worse the more she became angry and bitter or hateful. The worse she would be, the worse it would feed off her. The crystal would feed off her, become more powerful, then make her even more angry and hateful and hurtful. So. Well, it's an interesting concept. I was just questioning. I was wondering about that. In the meantime, we were working. I think we were working too much a little bit. Although no, Lucette kept saying she was having. She was mentioning that she was getting dizzy and stuff. So. Well, anyway, let's continue on and see what happens. Now we're up in Lucette's room. Now I remember Rumple just brought us up here, so let's continue on from here. I slowly blink my eyes open. For a few moments the room is blurry, and there is nothing but vivid colors before my eyes. My eyes feel heavy, my throat scratchy. I stifle a cough as I blink back tears, and then, through my tears, I notice a slight motion. Rumple? Rumple is slumped in a chair in front of my bed, his head lolled to the side, his eyes closed. He murmurs something in his sleep and then shifts. What's he doing here? I notice a notebook on his lap. And what is that journal? I slowly slide my hand out from underneath the covers and reach across the bed. Right as my fingers are about to brush the cover, Rumple's hand suddenly falls on mine. Rumple. Looks like you're feeling better. He pulls his hand away along with the book before carefully setting my hand back down on the covers. At least you look better, but how do you feel? Better. Rumple looks tired, but his smile is still there. Oh, I won't believe it until I see it. You just said I looked better. That's my own analysis, but you, my sweet princess, don't sound very convinced. My throat is a little sore, and I think if I stood up I would fall over. Why do you look so surprised? You would usually never admit to such a thing, would you? You're still most definitely sick. Rumple leans forward to put a hand on my forehead. His hand is cool on my hot skin. Our eyes lock as he tests my temperature. After a few moments, he finally peels his eyes away from me and sits back in his chair. Your temperature is down, but you definitely need the rest, princess. You should go back to sleep. And what, will you just sit there and watch me? The words come out curter than I meant them to, and for a few moments Rumple looks surprised. Then he laughs. Princess, excuse me, I haven't been just staring at you. I've been writing in my journal too. You have such a scary look on your face. Not that it isn't enticing, but I think your smiles are much better. I sigh as I close my eyes for a few moments. I fight to put my scrambled thoughts together, but one thought in particular keeps resurfacing. For some reason, I cannot help remember the snide woman standing by Rumple's side, jeering at me earlier. I open my eyes and look at Rumple. Those women from earlier. Oh, right. I apologize for their impoliteness. The things they said to you were uncalled for, and I told them that. You flirt with women like that all the time, but why? They're not even good people. Not good people, but... Oh well, I suppose they act differently when you're there. Princess Lucette, you're blind to their jealousy, aren't you? They're jealous? Of me? Why? My mind turns over what they could possibly be jealous about, as my eyes fall on Rumple. I remember the way he defended me to the women. Is it because you're my partner? It's a lot more than that. It's your grace, the noble way you carry yourself. They would never think I have those qualities. But where else would their jealousy stem from? They're just jealous that I take your attention away from them. Princess, I think you're... Even if they were nice people, I do not see how you can flirt with them when they were just recently in love with someone else. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, when you were just recently in love with someone else. Oh, I knew I read that wrong. Normally I would stop talking, but the words continue tumbling out of me. I do not understand how someone like you, who had a fiancé, could still be flirting with girls. How can you love someone if all you do is flirt with other girls? Flattery is one thing, but you cannot just flatter every girl. Why are you still smiling at me? I may not remember a lot of things, Princess, but I know for certain that whatever feelings I had for Bria vanished a long time ago. The good ones, at least. Rumple? The words break apart as I start coughing. Don't wire yourself up over this. Please, rest. I slowly lean back into my pillows with my eyes half closed. Why do we even care about what Rumple does? Why does it bother me that he flirts with other girls? That is his business. Rumple pulls the covers closer to my chin and smiles. Just because I flatter other women, that doesn't mean I can't love someone. You always say some women have stolen your heart, but your heart cannot belong to everyone. Yet you told me you always speak the truth. Maybe that in itself is a little white lie. Just some harmless dramatics. But most girls know that I'm being dramatic, Princess. They don't take my words so seriously, even if I do mean my compliments. He stares at me for a few moments, thoughtful. Does it bother you so much that I compliment other girls? Oh, of course not. Though it will be difficult to hold my tongue, I will do it for you, Princess. So don't worry. Why would he do something like that for me? My eyes are suddenly so heavy I have no choice but to close them as I let out a deep sigh. My head is beginning to hurt again. Behind my closed eyelids, I can hear a soft shuffle as Rumple moves in his chair. Right before I fall back into the darkness of sleep, I feel something warm and soft on my forehead. Rumple? A goodnight kiss. His words are quiet, and I can only just barely make them out. I cannot think of them, because the pull of sleep is much too tempting. I rather like this picture of Rumple. It takes a while, but after several days, Rumple finally allows me to go back to work. Okay, so it's a few days later now. I cannot remember much of what happened when he was watching over me, especially that first day. It is all a little bit of a blur now, like it was all just a dream. Well, we're in the tavern here now, so... Anise is here. Princess, back up on your feet? Yes, I'm fine now. Oh, what a relief. Last I saw you, you looked quite pale. When? I dropped in to check on you in your room, but Rumple was there. He told me that he had everything under control. Why did you need to check on me? Because I was worried, of course. Maybe you've been working too hard. No, I'm fine. Just tell me what things need to be done. Are you sure you're okay? Dolores. She's fine, Anise. Dolores suddenly appears before me, smirking. The princess is sturdy and a little too stubborn to let a little sickness get her down. That was Dolores. I have not spoken with Dolores or Parfait since that night, where they decided to tell me about Mother. Just thinking about what they told me, it puts me on edge. Ah, Princess, why this sour expression? Allow me to calm you down with a little lullaby. Excuse me? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. No, that was cold. How I wonder what you are. Niece, give me those work orders now. Up above the world so high. Niece. Niece. The tables are on the west are yours, Princess Lucette. I quickly walk away from the bar and catch only the last little bit of Dolores singing. Like a diamond in the sky. She sang that the night I was cursed. Yes, I remember that, actually. Hearing her singing again is infuriating. The song slowly fades from my mind as I go about my work for the day. I am still a little shaky on my feet, but not so much that I need to go back to bed. As I am walking around the bar, I catch snatches of conversation as I serve food. Man A. I hear the king has been mediating arguments between his two advisors. Man B. Huh? That Mithros man? He reminds me of a snake, always smiling that slithery smile of his. That one, in Alcaster. Apparently there has been no end to their squabbles. Woman A. The king missed his monthly visit to the town yesterday, didn't he? I wonder if he's sick. Woman B. There's been no word from the palace. I suppose he must have gone down with something. Nothing would keep the king from visiting otherwise. Now we're back to Lucette. She's wondering what is going on at the palace. Man A again. Ah, you heard about the incident with the royal guard? Apparently lots of them have been getting dishonorably discharged. Found doing something to dishonor the king's name. Man B. Huh? Like what exactly? Not sure. That information is still under wraps. I am walking forward, not watching where I am going, when I collide with someone in my path. I feel a hand on my shoulder, and then another lifts my chin. It's gotta be Rumple. Yes, it's Rumple. If it isn't the lovely princess, you're looking a lot peachier today. Because you're not as pale? Because the color's coming back into your skin? I am still thinking of the king and the situations in the palace, and barely hear Rumple's words. It isn't until he leans closer to me and narrows his eyes that I realize he is so close. Now Sleeping Beauty is truly awake, and here I was hoping I would have an excuse to plant a kiss on your lips, my sweet princess. I'm surprised Lucette isn't saying something. Not a single Oh yeah, even he's saying it. Not a single reaction today? Not a slight blush? Not a slap? Not... You still sick? Must I perform another examination? Examination? Yes, by looking closely at your face, into your eyes. How are you a doctor, Rumple? Rumple stares at me with surprise. I am not sure where the question came from, just that it was hovering in my mind. He has a shocked look on him. The drawing is sort of funny. What? Princess, you wound me. I have not seen you do anything different from a niece. But my prescriptions. Even if the people at the shops could tell us what medicines to buy. Fine, I'll show you. No, how's he going to do that? Okay. Rumple's expression slips into something shockingly solemn. He looks at me gravely and extends a hand. If you would be so kind as to come up to my room. Dolores appears. Does going up to your room have anything to do with work? Dolores appears before me again, this time without the snide smile. She raises an eyebrow. I don't think either of your shifts are over. She looks at me first. Also, I meant for the lullaby to inspire you, not scare you, princess. For a few moments she looks concerned, which startles me. The lullaby is certainly associated with a terrible memory, but the weight of that memory has dissipated over time, as has my anger at Dolores. It's still there, but holding on to that anger does me no good. I sigh and shake my head. You have a terrible voice. There's the princess we all know and love. She crosses her arms. I hate to say this, but the picture of Dolores, her arms have always been crossed. She's never really, I don't think I've ever seen her without her arms crossed, so it's just sort of funny. Dolores. Anyway, you don't want me to sing you into action again, do you? Rumple. Come to my room later then, princess. I'll show you proof. Proof? That I am a capable doctor. Rumple walks off, leaving me with Dolores. He looks at me skeptically for a few moments. Something on your mind, princess? There were so many conversations I heard earlier. So many questions that I have. While I do not want to speak to Dolores, I may as well ask her about something she might know. I overheard rumors about the palace. Did you know? We still haven't confirmed those rumors yet. Look, princess, I know it's not your nature to trust people, but trust Buffet and me at least. We'll let you know if something is up. I am ushered back to work, where I spend the next few hours searching for more information. Unfortunately, everything I hear is just speculation. Okay, we're back in the common room, or the reception room as they call it. Anise is here. Good work today, Lucette. Has Rumple already left? I think he went up to his room earlier. Thank you. Anise looks at me curious. What? You and Rumple have grown a lot closer, haven't you? Well, we are partners. But in the beginning, you didn't even want him as a partner. That's true, actually. And now the two of you are friends? Friends. If Rumple considers me a friend, that should make me happy. But for some reason it makes me feel empty inside. Why? What else could we be besides friends? My cheeks feel warm as I try to think beyond the idea of just being friends with Rumple. Anise, I'm happy that the two of you get along. Anise, I need to go. I told him I would meet him for something tonight. Oh, okay. Sorry for holding you up. And he scrambles off, leaving me by myself. I stand there for a few moments in an attempt to still my thoughts. And then I begin to make my way to Rumpel's room. Was that knocking? What is that? Is that a knocking sound? I can't believe it. Rumple? This is Lucette speaking. Rumple? The door swings open, and there stands Rumple. With a dramatic bow, he ushers me inside, before closing the door behind him. Now, something really is really strange there when she's knocking. I mean, Rumple, I wasn't entirely certain you'd show up, Princess. And I wasn't certain it was you when you knocked. No, I'm sorry. I wasn't entirely certain you'd show up, Princess. Normally, when you go places with me, it's out of necessity. I only came to see this proof you insisted upon earlier. Proof that you were more than what you seem. He places a hand on my back and guides me over to a chair. He requests that I sit, and I do. Here it is, my proof. You tried to read it while you were sick, too. Oh, his journal. Your journal? I have seen him writing this before, but I thought it was for his memories, not for doctor things. He barely even works on patients now. Rumple's persistence stokes my curiosity, and soon I find myself flipping through the pages of the book. This was the journal you had when the Martian found you on the streets. You said it was empty then. It was. I had been filling things in from memory ever since I remembered my job. The book is filled with diagrams of the body, both inside and out. I have no idea what most of the words mean. What are all of the smaller words here? Oh, parts of the pancreas. Not very fun to talk about. There's the papilla, the pancreatic duct. Why is it necessary to use such big words for such simple things? For clarification, sometimes when you diagnose a problem, it isn't as simple as telling a person that their heart is weak. I continue flipping through it, with Rumple sometimes explaining things that are on the page, though I do not ask for the descriptions. Scattered throughout the journal are journal entries about his life. When I get to the last entry, I spot my name and begin to read. But before I can even get to the next word after my name, Rumple has taken the journal from my hands. Ah, sorry, my sweet, but a man's words are sometimes all he has. Insult them, and you break him from the inside out. He thinks I am going to insult his writing? But what did you think? Aren't you impressed with my sophistication? My breadth of knowledge? My intricacy? You drew some pictures and wrote fancy words by them. Sorry. The expression of Rumple is sort of funny. I mean, whenever it shows him with this sort of dark face like that, and there's sort of shark lines around him, and it makes me laugh. Princess. I cannot help the little laugh that escapes my lips. Immediately after I hear it, I feel myself flushing as Rumple grins at me triumphantly. Your laughs are sweeter than honey, Princess. And because your voice is back, you're no longer sick. I can hear it in all of its fullness. Oh, that's good. Okay. He takes a step closer to me and reaches out to touch my cheek. I flinch in surprise, but do not draw away. The The rapid beating of my heart is not altogether uncomfortable, even if it does confuse me. He pulls his hand away from my cheek, then flicks my forehead. Flicks her forehead? What was that for? I wanted to see the way your eyes glimmered. You looked oddly vacant there for a few moments. I opened my mouth to speak again, but Rumple surprises me by setting his finger on my lips. He inches closer to me, so close that I can feel his breath on my cheeks. That's pretty close. But even when you don't speak, your eyes speak for you. You have beautiful eyes, you know. Oh God, we have a choice. Look away or look at him. Well, is Lucette the type to look away? I mean, I don't know. I'm certain this is sort of surprising to her, but at the same time, she's sort of like, if some man was looking at her, she wouldn't look away from him, you know. I'll look at him. I'll look straight back at him. Does he ever truly mean his compliments? I know he speaks about meaning everything that he says, but I continue to stare at him. I do not look away even once, though I do feel a slight shudder run through me when Rumple keeps my gaze. Fierce, as always. He removes his finger, but does not step back. We are still so close, I can feel his breath. Fierce? You, never backing down from anything. Exactly, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Always resisting, always putting up a wall. That's what His words falter, and then he simply stops what he was saying. He looks at me again. He clears his throat, then starts speaking again. In any case, it was so nice to have you back, Princess. I missed you while you were sleeping day in and day out. You missed me? But you have friends all over the Marchette. Yes, but none of them are you. You're special. My heart plunges like a rock. I could feel it everywhere in my body, reverberating from a place that doesn't feel like my chest. He lowers his face so that the two of us are seeing eye to eye. I forget to breathe as his hands go to my shoulders. Princess? Yes? I inhale sharply as I get a better look at Rumple's face. Up until now, I have not stopped to look too closely at his features, but now I cannot stop my eyes from taking them in. Whenever you're sick again, I'll be there to help you. Because I'm a doctor, even if you might not believe it. All you'll really ever need is a little vitamin me. Oh God, that was bad. That was really bad. One precious moment, every single bit of energy that had been between us vanishes. I stare blankly at Rumple as he smiles at me. No? I thought that one was actually good, too. Rumple pulls his hands away, defeated. I suddenly feel strangely upset. What was I expecting from him? What else could he have said? Suddenly, I am eager to look away from him. I look anywhere but at him, and eventually my eyes fall on a piece of paper. I recognize the name printed on the top, along with Rumple's signature and the response lying next to it. Rumple moves to stand in front of the desk once more. Ah, that's You are still writing to Bria? Uh-oh. I sent her a letter asking for my old journals. I'm convinced that's where the last of my memories are, but she refuses to give them to me. I glance at Bria's letter, my eyes scouring the words. I make a mental note of the address on the envelope. No. Don't worry, Princess, I'll figure it out. But for now, Lucette is pretty, she can be pretty crafty when she's trying to be. I'll tell you that. He reaches for me, but I duck out of the way of his hand. I have to do this now while the address is still fresh in my head. I just remember there's something I need to do. Princess, I will say it tomorrow. She's just like, sorry about my chair there, making noise. She's just like running out of the room so she can run back to her room and write down the address real quick. I pause at the doorway to glance at Rumple. See you tomorrow, Princess. Sweet dreams. Good night, Rumple. That's how I'm taking it. Like, she's just trying to, rush out of the room. Done. Yeah, see. Yeah, she did. So, yeah, I seal the envelope over the letter I had been writing since I woke up. Now I have it delivered. Oh, wait, she stayed up all night. Writing a letter? Okay. Oh, she did, I guess. Wait, did I miss something there? No, I did not. Oh, she meant done as in done. She done finishing writing her letter. Oh, so she did stay. Oh, okay, so she did stay up all night. I sealed the envelope over the letter I had been writing since I woke up. Oh, since you woke up. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you had to work when you woke up. And now to have it delivered. Okay, all right. I messed up there for a second. Oh, okay, we're getting on way long. Okay, all right, this is getting on long. I need to stop this file for now, and I'm glad you're back and here listening. So let's continue. I'm going to continue right on with this, so give me a moment, and I'll be right back.